All right, guys, good Monday morning here. Just letting you know what's going on today. Still got the tarp on the mill over there, but I do have a fire going, and we're going to start, continually working, getting rid of that slab wood right there. But it's still, I don't know if you can see this, maybe against the tarp or something like that. I don't know, but it's still raining out, and it's just supposed to be mostly cloudy today, and well, it is what it is. So we're going to get done what we can get done. So I do have the power washer out. I am intending to definitely mill some more lumber today, but we're just kind of half-stepping right now because the area down, well, I do have some additional logs over here that I can mill up. I'll probably work on those first. But I would anticipate that by the end of today, I'm going to be pulling up some of those logs from that large pile down there. So, but we'll see. We'll see. And it's definitely pretty muddy down there now. So, anyway, it's Monday morning. I got 4 days of good weather coming. Time to get stuff done. All right, guys, finally getting things going here. Just threw another log, or I should say the first log of the day, up on the mill here. And I got 6 really good boards. 1, 2, 3, 5 of them look really with no live edge on them at all. These top 2 have a little bit of wane on the side of them here, but they turned out great. So these are yellow pine logs, and yeah, well, 1x8s are 10 feet long, and they're gonna go over on the rack. So I just gotta pull them off now, brush the sawdust off of them, and get another log ready to go up on the mill. And strangely enough, it's still like misting out. It's fine. I'm able to produce. I'm able to keep working here, but just making it kind of gross. Fire's still looking good though. We're working away at it. All right, guys, let's move on. Alright gang, you saw me take a full log down into a can and then into some actual lumber. So I got 2, 4, 6, 7 boards out of that. These are 8-inch wide. So you saw me as well, kind of quickly there. It's actually really pretty easy. You saw me change a blade on there. So, you know, I wanted to get that blade I was using at the time when I started this log was dull and it needed to be changed. But I wanted to get through all the bark. Once I got the bark off, which is really a major contributor to dulling of the blades. So once I got that off, I wanted to change it here, and here this new blade just ripped through these boards like it was, you know, hot knife through butter. It's really nice. It's really a change when you put a new blade on there. But anyway, we got some more boards, and these are going to end up on the stack. All right, guys, moving on. All right, gang, we got a wee little thing on the log rack right now. This thing looks like it's just over 6 feet, and it's relatively small, but I need quite a few smaller 4x4s, so that's what we're gonna do with this one here. It's a bit dirty, so we got to clean it off before we get it on the mill. Issue number one with this short log here, like I said, it's just over 6 feet, but the problem is I have one log stop here. Okay, I can bring this up, maybe, yeah, I can bring this up and get the log to rest against it. Something like that, but down here, the distance between this log stop here and the back of the board, now even if I, you know, bring this log all the way down, which I can probably do, yeah, so there's, you know, 2-3 inches in front of it there. I am still 2 feet away from this hitting back here, so I have to come up with something that is going to, probably on this bunk here, something that's going to act as a log stop. So I got to figure something out. Probably going to involve a clamp and maybe like a 2x4. We'll see. Okay, so I just grabbed myself a clamp and a 2x4 here. I really just need something that's just going to stop the wood, because I'm going to pinch it with the log dog itself, and because it's wood, I really don't have to worry about cutting it. So I think this will work just like this, as long as the log isn't too canted out to the side, which will put this end kind of like way out here. I think I might be all right. I could probably move it in a little bit. Probably just like that. Oh. Probably just like that. Let's see. Let's open up the clamp a little bit. I definitely don't want to catch the blade with the clamp, so everything clamp related is down below the bed here. I want it somewhat higher. I want to catch the mid part of the board, or mid part of the log. Okay, here we go. Well, that's going to work just perfect. Let's get it. All right, as I was getting it up there and kind of locking it down with the log dog over here, I did notice that it is bowed a little bit, so I put the toe board up a little bit, and we'll see if that doesn't help it out a little bit. So how I've generally been doing these 4x4s out of these relatively smaller posts. So right now I cut it down to like 5x5. Okay, so I still have to go an inch in each direction. And I do that so I can see like where the live edge and all the wane is from the bark, and what cuts I can make to reduce that, as much as I can. So that's what I do now. I just kind of roll the board around and assess, can I take an inch off here? Do I need a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch on the other side? So that's kind of how I have figured I go through this now, and it has worked out pretty well so far. I'm sure, the longer I get into this, the better I'll get at it. But right now, this is how I'm doing business. And it's kind of tough to see on this end too, because this is where I cut it and felled the tree. I didn't have that cut square off. So you can see I've got quite a bit of bark on this side here. So if you can imagine, I'd take an inch off the top and then an inch off the side. That would give me 4x4. And it may get rid of a lot of that. And I don't know. We'll have to see. I got to roll it around and figure out what's going on. You saw me make 3 cuts there towards the end, and that was to get down to my 4x4 dimension. So I took a 1/2 inch off of one side, an inch off the other, and then a final 1/2 inch off of the last side here, and it left me with almost a completely bark-free 4x4. The only little part I see that's got a little bit of stuff on it is right up here, and I wouldn't even really consider that anything. So the cut couldn't have gone better. It looks square like it's supposed to, and like I said, it's about 6 feet. So I've got several of these 4x4s that I need that are about, they might be around 2.5, 3 feet long, something like that. So I could probably get two of these. They act as the cross braces down there for the cabin. So this will definitely not go to waste. And for a little log, it did its job. It's going to be great. Well, this one here should be interesting. Just got it sprayed off here, and I'm not sure how well it shows up on the camera, but this has got a almost like an S curve in it, and I don't know. We're gonna throw it on the mill and see what we can't do with something like this. You know, I'll try my best to take out the hook, and I don't know. We'll see. Well, I took some pretty good whacks at this thing, and I'm down below 8 inches on some dimensions here. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is I'm really going to have to take down kind of towards in the middle here. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn this into a 6x6 post. Now this is a 12-foot long board, 12 plus, and well, I'm not sure what I have. I'm going to have to figure it out, but I think a 6x6 is certainly going to be used. It may actually end up going here about for the shed for the sawmill, but ooh, actually maybe I'll do a 4x6 post, and that will help out with the pavilion down the road. All right, guys, let's see what I can come up with. Take a look and see what we got here. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and yeah, I can't complain. So I've got basically no bark on any part of this board except for this small section right here, but I just stretched out my tape measure, and obviously right there is 12 feet. So actually, that if I do need a 12-foot board, it's going to be cut off anyway. So that is fantastic. That is a fantastic looking log. And now these are 4x6. This is an actual 4x6, so it doesn't have your store-bought dimensions to it. So we will get this over on the drying rack, and let's see how it dries. That's always the question with these. You know, I can cut them to shape, but how they dry might be a totally different story. Plus, some of the benefit of what I just did, I got some other almost 2x material here and here. Obviously, a lot of bark kind of on those pieces, but if I need some smaller sections of 2x4 or something, down there's a nice little section through this middle of this one here is pretty good. And then I got a 1x piece right here. So I'll throw all this over there to dry, and well, we'll see how it turns out. All right, gang, just about wrapping it up for the day. I got about maybe a third of that slab pile kind of work through. Based on my rate of actually putting slabs on the pile, I think that it is probably a pretty sustainable process for me to actually burn them as I produce them. So we'll see. But other than that, everything went good today. Definitely got some more wood on my piles over there, and a couple more logs on the end. Everything went great. So slightly cooler tomorrow, actually. There's a big storm coming through and everything up north, which is pulling down cold air behind it, which is going to affect us here. So I got that to look forward to. Said the cold weather, you know, it's going to be freezing overnight, probably down in the low 20s, they said, but after that we'll warm up into the low 40s tomorrow, but we should be able to come out here and get something done. All right, gang, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one.